our first, I'll call it surprise guest, but we are so fortunate, blessed again in our chorale. We have composers in our midst, and one of them is a composer and a conductor, and his writing demonstrates when a person knows how to create things that are uniquely their own and expresses things so dramatically. And also the first person with that in concert I ever shared the podium. I didn't realize that till Bob pointed that out. But our first guest really is Sanford Dole. So Sanford, I know that you're on the road. Sanford, where are you? Oh, well, wait just a minute. You have to unmute yourself, and that's what he's looking for, I'll bet. There's a little button. There, you got it.
There it is. There it is. Here, hi, here I am. I'm not
Great.
using my own computer, so I'm having to figure it out. Hello,
well,
everyone.
I was just saying how well. I hope you got to hear what I said, because I said several nice things about you.
Thank you very much. I heard them, and I'm very appreciative.
I asked where you are because I know you're on the road.
Yes, I'm returning from my week in Minnesota. Tonight I am in Rochester, Utah. No, Roosevelt. Oh, Roosevelt. I'm sorry, Roosevelt, Utah. Yes, this morning I was in Estes Park, Colorado, and we had intended to drive through Rocky Mountain National Park, but we got to the gate, and they said, "Where's your reservation?" And of course, I did not have a reservation, so we had to drive south and around the park to get out to Utah. Yeah, so there you go. It's life in 2020. Face these things.
I would love to go to the piece that we're going to do and hear. We've got the Song of Isaiah, and I thought it would be great if you would mind sharing a little bit about what is it that took you to this text, and how is it that this piece came into being?
Well, so this text comes from the Episcopal Prayer Book. I have been working for many, many years as the cantor and music director at an Episcopal church. So I have the Book of Common Prayer on my shelf. And so I was looking through it one day, looking for texts that I might be able to set for my choir at St. Gregory's in San Francisco. And I came across the Songs of Isaiah. They are intended to be sung individually, that you might, for morning prayer or evening prayer, sing either the first or the second or the third Songs of Isaiah, which are excerpts from the book of Isaiah in the Bible. But as it turns out, as I was leafing through the book, all three of the Songs of Isaiah are presented on the left and right-hand pages of the book. And so I saw them as a set. And as I read through them, I thought, you know, actually, those three settings actually work as a group, with the second one being a little bit calmer and the two outside ones being much more upbeat, which is entirely appropriate for a three-movement cantata. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use this text, which of course is copyright free. I'm going to use these to write three separate pieces as a cantata, joining them together.
I thought as you know, I really loved the work and published the work. And of course, I'm still hoping that we can get more and more people to recognize what a unique and wonderful piece it is. I would love to hear just a few words about the inspiration and I'm looking at it musically, because you do have a unique sound, but this piece, I thought you grabbed some things that sounded almost rock and roll and turned that into some very classical things, and it was just a remarkable piece of music. So could you share just a moment about that?
Well, so thank you. This piece, I intentionally wrote to be somewhat more accessible than many of my pieces are. All of you have sung various of my pieces, and as you know, they're hard. And this piece, I thought, because it's all texts that are from the Book of Common Prayer, I thought I would like to make this piece that would be something that could be done in a concert that your average church choir in an Episcopal church or any church could perform. So I had that in mind. But, you know, I take a look at the text and I come up with what I want to do. And I start at the beginning and then I work through toward the end. So I had written the first two movements already when this third movement came up. And at this case, I was out walking my dog one day, and what came to me as I was ruminating on the text was the theme from the Peter Gunn Show, the famous Henry Mancini tune, dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 da, and that sort of came to me as I was working on this, thinking about what I was going to do for this piece. So I took that inspiration and I modified it just a little bit. So now it goes in my piece da 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 da, to kind of alter it a little bit, and I use that as the basis underlying rhythmic structure to work the third movement. It was just something that happened to me when I was walking my dog.
It's awfully fun. Well, we get to hear, this is from 2017, and let's see, it was called A Celebration in Contrast was the theme for our concert.